More apocalyptic scenes sear the night sky in the south of the country. The city of Mykolaiv lit up by a huge fireball. The fighting is coming closer and closer to the centre. This is thought to have been filmed on one of the main routes into the city, burning vehicles on Peremyhy or Victory Avenue. And with them reports of atrocities. This is reportedly an attack on a hospital in Melitopol.
The madness of this war found an unforgettable image today in this scene, also filmed from many disbelieving windows. A tank skidded, running over an innocent car. And then reversed back over it. In front of every twitching net curtain there is a window, and behind every window a smartphone. In an invasion in which little escapes the invaded. This was a housing estate in the southeast of Kyiv, and the firefighters are battling the aftermath of a Russian cruise missile. No one really knows why the Russians targeted Tower Block 7 on Pashti Street. It may have been a stray, and miraculously no one was killed. But this morning the survivors were less interested in the how and more in the why us. In the same district of Obolong, and madness takes many forms in a situation this unhinged. Here they were handing out automatic weapons to civilians. No questions asked, no training required. 18,000 machine guns have been given away so far.
And on the streets as well, civilian militia, armed and ready to support the army. Many of the Ukrainian soldiers are very young and inexperienced. 21-year-old Sergei Petroshenko is the only soldier guarding a footbridge. He has fired 16 rounds in his life. Now he waits for the Russians. His home village has already fallen.
There are a Russian base in my village, and from my village they're gonna go here on Kyiv to capture it. It's really scary and terrifying. I am called to my parents. They really scared. There's Russians in our village, enemies. There's tanks, heavy vehicle. I hope that they will be fine.
We are in a queue where people are waiting to get their weapons to fight the Russian invaders. There is no reason to believe that they're going to stop anytime soon, and their objective clearly, at least to me, seems to be the occupation of my entire country and the destruction of everything that I love. I'm just a regular civilian. I have basically nothing to do with war or any other thing like it. And I wouldn't really want to participate in anything like this, but I don't really have any choice because this is my home.
Мотивація проста. Це краще, ніж сидіти вдома і чекати, поки до тебе щось прилетить. І хто як не ми.
Так, наразі, виходячи з того, що ми прив'язані до конкретного району Києва, ми готуємося саме до вуличних боїв. Нам розповідають, як правильно себе поводити в команді, поодинці.
Люди тільки йдуть і підтримують, тільки хвалять, і щоб хтось переживав за це, що ми зброю. Я за сутки останні. Наоборот, чим більше людей зараз, українці всі зброють, тим спокійніше буде спати.
Так, ліву руч. Командир, крок вліво, кроком руш. Все, за мною кроком руш.
Beyond no doubt, this European capital is fast turning into a battlefield. There are troops on street corners and under bridges. Armoured vehicles constantly crisscross the city, bolstering positions, waiting for the enemy.
Kiev's Maidan Square. Crucible of Ukraine's people power revolution. Menace through the night. by the sound of constant gunfire and explosions. Across the capital, the sound of explosions through the night, as Ukraine's president issued this call to arms to his people.
We will not lay down the weapons. We will defend our state, because our weapon is our truth. And the truth is that this is our land, our country, our children. And we will defend all of that.
One Ukrainian who is staying put is President Zelensky and his band of government brothers. He lists them one by one in his favorite selfie format before the obligatory battle cry, "Glory to Ukraine."
There's been a huge exodus from the city. Those left behind attempt to thumb lifts, heading west. Others stop passing cars and ask if they're heading their way. More often than not, it's a fruitless hope. The air raid sirens are irregular now. It's scary stuff. With their belongings, they try to hurry off the streets. Most head for the metro stations, trying to get underground. Mums and dads and their little ones, trying to find safety if they can't find a way out. Everyone feels exposed. Everyone feels vulnerable.
They're also staying put in their new home, the metro station under the railway terminal. The citizens of Kyiv have traded the lockdowns of COVID for the subterranean lockdowns of war. Life in the bunker in 2022, as they wish the new commuters to the front line a good day at the office.
In Kiev, Ukrainian forces are deploying as the Russians encircle their city. Fighting in these residential areas could lead to huge civilian loss of life.
The Ukrainian military are fighting, but they will struggle to hold on. Tanks, APCs and trucks maneuver beneath the road arches. They're attempting to shield themselves from attack from the skies, holding on until the Russian infantry and paratroopers attempt to get further into Kiev by road and on foot. Well, that's the expectation anyway. The APCs up here. Exactly where and when the Russians may attack a new target remains unknown, of course, so there's constant movement. Much of the city is now deserted. Hardly any people in the centre of town, just a few cars driving between homes or looking for a few shops that are still open.